Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
I lost faith in the US dollar after the financial crisis in 2009. Really, I lost faith in the whole U.S. financial system. And then we watched as they just continued to print money. It's almost as if from that day until now, they've been trying to destroy our financial system. Well, I looked to gold and silver. I used to, when that first happened, I was I was buying gold and silver and that kind of thing. Then my attention was diverted to Bitcoin. Okay, that was in 2013. By whatever government created it. Okay, make no mistake, folks. I now believe that was the government plan, is to divert all of those people like myself towards something that the government had created and was monitoring and watching. Okay? But as time has gone, I've realized I see this thing a lot more clearly. And so now I buy XRP, XLM, gold and silver. I haven't been buying silver yet, but my plan is to buy silver. I'm a silver person too. So I'm older and wiser. You should wake up too. Now, we keep on seeing all of this cyber pandemic, not cyber pandemic, but just the threat of cyber attacks. Now, you could say, well, they're saying cyber attacks because Russia invaded Ukraine. I say bullcrap, okay? This whole narrative of cyber attacks began probably a few years ago, if not at least months ago, before the Russian attack. But now you're seeing all this cyber attack, it's like a drumbeat. It's like all of the media that's controlled, and we do know they're controlled by someone. It's like they've all been activated to just beat this drum. Cyber attack. Well, when I see all this, it reminds me of something. If you've been here a while, then you've heard me talk about this. Jim Rickards is one of the, to me, he's one of the most legit people in finance. I mean, I say all the time, he's connected all the way to the three-letter agencies. He was even involved in, the way I understand it, he was involved when Nixon was having the discussions regarding the petrodollar back in the 70s, okay? So, this is from his book, okay? And look at this. It says, the use of these this is from one of his books, the use of these emergency economic powers and martial law is more coercive version of the ICE 9 plan to freeze accounts in place. ICE 9 is intended to buy time and restore calm while elites work on plans to allocate losses and reliquefy the system with IMF special drawing rights. If events spin out of control faster than elites expect, more radical measures may be needed. Such measures may involve property confiscation. States of emergency, IEEPA, enable outright confiscation by the state. If resistance is encountered, martial law, They will, okay, so when I hear cyber attack, this is what I hear. Because Rahm Emanuel taught us to never let a crisis go to waste, because it will allow you to do things you couldn't do before. Okay, that's the sick thinking that these people, this is how these sickos think. So this is from Gator Trader. Rickards has been right about a lot. This is a tweet from him, May 2011. Book Currency Wars had 2 chapters on financial warfare and a long discussion of Ukraine, Russia, and natural gas. My 2014 book, The Death of Money, shows how SWIFT is used in financial warfare and how to evade sanctions. My books have kept readers 10 years ahead of the story. I agree. Now, this video, the fact that this video has become more and more hard to find is very, very telling, folks. I'm going to play you a clip of it right now. This is Jim Rickards a few years back telling this story.
I was having dinner with a friend not long ago in New York City. We met at a place called REL, which is in Midtown. My dinner companion that night was a senior advisor to BlackRock. As you may know, BlackRock is now the largest asset manager on the planet. It directly manages $5 trillion in assets, and it oversees another $11 trillion through its Aladdin platform. That means one firm controls more money than the GDPs of China, Russia, and Japan combined. Anyway, my dinner companion happens to work directly for BlackRock's CEO. As we nursed our white wine and the evening wore on, she let something slip. If I remember her words, she said something like, "They want to tell us we can't sell." What was she talking about? Who was she talking about? I placed a few calls, first to my contacts in Washington, then to a few people on Wall Street. Soon I was on a plane for a series of meetings to London, to Geneva, back to New York, then down to South America. As I began connecting the dots, a pattern emerged. It revealed a network of more than 189 individuals positioned inside the world's major financial institutions. Some of them hold senior positions inside the IMF, World Bank, and every central bank in the G20, including our own Federal Reserve. These elites share one vision and are about to make it a reality. That vision is one world order, one world taxation, and one world money.
Alright, now I'm not going to play the rest of it, but I highly encourage you to go to @DigitalAssetBuy and watch the whole video. It's about 10 minutes. Well worth your time. This is another clip from it that I do want to show you. And before I play it, I say, where's that crypto executive order?
In fact, the biggest bank freeze to date happened right here in the USA. Of course, I'm talking about Roosevelt signing Proclamation 2039 in 1933. With one stroke of his pen, FDR shuttered every bank in America. A few weeks later, he followed up by freezing the entire gold market. Executive Order 6102 literally outlawed citizens from owning gold. That freeze lasted 41 years until Gerald Ford ended that freeze in 1974. When the coming crisis hits, we'll see this repeated on a larger scale through the IMF, World Bank, and the Fed.
You know, when I watch this stuff, it makes me think of what they did recently in Canada, and it makes me think it was almost like a trial run, folks. Because these people are capable of anything. Anything. Brooks Entwistle from Ripple was retweeting the Tranglo news, and he says, 1 year in with Ripple, building fast and moving quickly, I am super pumped to see this strong momentum from our Tranglo partnership going higher together in 2022. And then this is interesting. Wrath of Kahneman put this out. He says, BRD, remember the BRD wallet? I think it was a Ripple investment. It says, which supports XRP, has sold its wallet services to Coinbase. By March 4th, P2P transactions will be disabled, along with trading. The CEO, Adam Trademan, now this is the guy that I was so impressed with, was the CEO of SBI Ripple Asia until recently, replaced by this person. I did not know this. Okay? This guy was really sharp. So this sparks my curiosity. We may have to look into that further. Now, Brad Garlinghouse was on the warpath again because he's trying to make sure to set the record straight. I continue to see asinine arguments from uninformed pundits on how crypto works. I want to reiterate what Ashish Birla said yesterday. There are factual reasons why crypto can't be used on the broad scale for Russia to evade sanctions. In order to convert crypto to fiat, exchanges rely on banking partners who could lose their licenses if someone on the OFAC list is able to slip through. Extremely stringent KYC/AML policies are in place to avoid precisely this. RippleNet, for example, has always been and remains today committed to not working with the sanctioned bank or countries that are restricted counterparties. Ripple and our customers support and enforce OFAC laws and KYC/AML. Instead of listening to responsible players who have been clear they will abide by legal sanctions, some pundits and media insist on continuing to paint crypto as the Silk Road, both an exceptionally outdated and tired argument which simply doesn't hold true today. Rant over. Now, I want to show you something, folks. I told you I was going to go through this list and we were going to find some people. Now, I want to reiterate something first. This is from the Freedom of Information Act request from Empower. This is the list of the people from the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance who communicated with Bill Hinman during that time period when the Ethereum Free Pass was being worked on, that safe harbor document. Now, what I want to make sure you understand is that all of these people in this list were not doing nefarious things. Some of them were attorneys and people that were working in good faith, thinking that they were working. This is just me summarizing based on what I've watched and what I've heard and what I've read. It's very clear that Nancy Wotas is a good example. She was acting in good faith, and then she was literally pissed off at the end of the thing because it was almost like she thought she had been had. I think Wendy Moore is one of those people too, if you watch the video of her and Nancy Wotas. Now I found another one. Luke Cadigan is the same way. He's in her firm. He's in Nancy Wotas's firm. Well, he's one of the people that apparently was working on it as well. And now, this is from October, October 28th, 2020, a couple of months before Ripple gets sued. This is, basically 3 years after the Bill Hinman speech. And he still thinks that there's no clarity. And he's frustrated just like Nancy Wotas. Listen to this. This is him right here.
There's still a need for clear guidance in this space.
Have you found FinHub to be helpful in terms of having discussions?
And it really depends upon the project, I guess. And all we can look at is in terms of what is out there. For all the talk that we hear about come on in, we're here to help, or the government, we're here to help, we'd love to talk to you about your projects. We've seen very little publicly in terms of the staff, FinHub, blessing a project, is something that, other than saying that it's a security, and you have to go through all the registration and treat it as security, which may be ultimately where the SEC wants to be in this space. But in terms of figuring out a way for these token projects to go forward without being treated as security, No, we haven't seen anything, and in our interactions with Bennett, we haven't seen anything to suggest that there is a path forward. And again, we think in the industry that the concepts of decentralization and utility really go against the concepts of a registration regime.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.